what's your question?
Yeah, so do you think I'm asking if you can give the guy like, hey, what's up? I like you to like.
I'm sorry, I will never do that.
No, but I don't think there's anything wrong
man.
in that.
You're supposed to even tell I'm not gonna invest so much emotions, be doing extra cool with you and everything, and you're not telling me what you actually want. Like, I will even ask you, what do you want?
Yeah,
asking you what you want
also,
is not. I'm not actually asking you out now. I'm just trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Tell me what you want.
Yeah.
All this calling and everything has to be something. Do you get? Be precise.
Yeah, which is what you have done.
Yes, I believe if you like somebody, people should not waste time. Gone are those days. You're acting like teenagers.
So here's the thing about that, right? And I always tell people, I always have this conversation with people, like, when I hear women say, oh, they're asking a guy, or maybe you've been talking to a guy for like 3 months, and then you're just asking him, what do you want? It sounds like a good question to ask, but for me, I don't think it's a good question to ask. Hola! Thank you for joining in to the Funtaqa Junction podcast. Real talk, your one-stop shop for everything fun, trending, and current affairs. It is I, your humble host, LA, and I'm joined in the studio today by the usual suspect, red and strong-chested one, Resh.
Yeah.
That's good, bro.
Yeah, that's how we roll.
That's how we roll. It's good to see you. It's good to have you. The guys on the show today, we have a special and delectable guest. You don't want to miss this one. She's a firecracker, all beautiful brains and crazy. She's bad too. Guys, say welcome to Ejiro Ochuko.
Hi. I'm actually excited to be here.
It's good to have you.
It's the first time.
Thank you so much.
It's been a long time coming. And in my mind, I was like, I'm going to target Ejiro for the end of the year because that episode that I'm going to bring her for is going to be explosive because, guys, she's explosive. Trust me. And don't be fooled by this soft demeanor and sweet smile. When she gets into the mood, you guys will know why she's on the show.
Fire and ice.
Fire and ice. Just before we go into the show and start over, you can just give the listeners a few tidbits about who Ejiro Ochuko is.
Okay, Ejiro Ochuko. I'm from Delta State and I'm an online perfumer. I'm not 9 to 5. I don't like stress. I don't like 9 to 5. So I'm a jovial person. Should I say I'm an introvert, an extrovert? I don't know. I think I'm more of an extrovert. So that's it.
Somewhere in between. Yeah.
Yes, no.
And we are, you can say we are getting into the Eurotile season, right? December, the dirtiness is already starting to show. The IJGBs are coming back. And what are you guys' plans for December? Do you do anything special, Resh?
With the way they are kidnapping people these days, and then you didn't hear about the girls that was kidnapped at Lekki? I think 5 or 6 of them, right? Yeah. I don't know if they are found yet. Yeah, so you have to be very careful. And T-Pain has told all of us like he has told all of us like nothing like any flex or anything, so
it's a muted December. We're trying our best to still dirty it a little bit. The IJGBs are not playing too, by the way, just so you know. Ejiro, do you have any December plans?
The thing is that everybody just excited about the season, but to be sincere, nobody has one specific plan or anything, but it's fine. Let's see how it goes. But it's just that we have to be cautious. That's just it.
Yeah, be cautious. Yeah. And the reason why I asked that is because, the IJGBs are back. They got money to spend. Lagos is going to be bubbling towards the middle part of the December, towards the
IJ what?
The IJGBs, they just got back. Yeah, she's so far behind. You don't even know. You don't even know who these niggas are. They are the UK guys and the Canadian guys and the American guys. They just got back. And they have dollars to spend. Okay. Ready to ball. Yeah, and they're going to be coming with their sweet mouths too. For all our unsuspecting ladies, don't fall victim.
No,
I'm telling
but
you.
that word unsuspecting is is that a thing? I mean, is it like they are not expecting to receive those visitors? Or
No, so the thing
because
is-
if you say unsuspecting, that means they are naive. They don't know what's going on.
Some actually know what's going on, but they just act as if
that's where I'm going to.
They don't know
That's
what's
where I'm
going on
going to.
because our ladies, to be sincere, once you are from once you are from outside Nigeria, they start tripping. And me, I've had my own fair share of it, and I'm not tripped about anybody.
No, but the thing is that why I say unsuspecting is a lot of these guys are coming, right? The IJGBs, they have like their own motive. Or
of course
motive.
they do.
They're just coming to have fun. They're
Yes.
not interested in anything
At
long
all.
term, anything serious. I'm here from December to early January and back. But they don't have the spine to be upfront about it with the ladies. So they try and use like funny approach, like trying to sound like, oh, they're trying to like develop a serious relationship.
I want
They're
to get
trying to
married.
close.
to
Yeah,
you.
they're trying to use marriage.
Blah, blah,
You know, they're trying
blah.
to make promises about how they can book a visa for them, and by next year they'll join them in the UK. And I'm like, if all you want to do is just, do hook up and have a nice time and go back, why do you need to go through all that route and be deceiving young girls about serious relationship stories? And that's why I say unsuspecting, because a lot of ladies don't know that's a game. They actually genuinely think the guy is serious about marrying her and relocating her back to the UK.
Maybe before, you can say maybe like 5-6 years ago, maybe that's the thing.
Yeah.
Right now, right now, there is a what's it called, acronym for it now, IJGB, right?
Yeah, IJGB.
So they know what's going on.
What's going on?
Yeah.
That's what you think.
So that for me, I think they know. They just want to flow with the tide, enjoy. I mean, some ladies too, they don't really want anything like that. They just want to enjoy that period and stuff and all.
What's the percentage of women who think that?
I can't really say anyway because I don't know, because I'm not a lady. So.
Women are very expectant.
Thank you.
They are very, very expectant.
Oh, okay.
And women are actually moved by what they hear. They are moved by what they hear. So there are some ladies that you don't even need to do too much to make them fall for you. Just small thing that you just say, just try to, just before you know, they'll start levitating and they'll be like, oh my God, I've messed the right one. And they just feel that, oh, he's not based in Nigeria, he has good plans for me.
Yeah.
And I tell people that, don't understand. Even men based in Nigeria, they have better plans for you.
Dan, do you? That's why I like you. Like, give it as it is. Give it as it is. All right, let's jump right into it. This is gonna be fun. So today we're talking about Lagos love dilemmas. Lagos love dilemmas, right? I mean,
so Lagos have a separate
it's a different
way of love life.
It's a different thing, and I know we have listeners from like different places. Like I checked the analytics, right? So we have people that listen to us from the US, from the UK, from Asia as well. So this is a little bit of an education to you guys about what it's like, what the dating scene is like in Lagos, Nigeria. It's bloody, trust me, right? It's all kind of deceit, deception, hypocrisy, lies, and then a bit of romance and, heartbreak and love, all wrapped up in one nice little ribbon. And we'll be talking about that because, like I said, some ladies are going to be falling victim this December. And we're here to help you out so that before you start telling us long story in January, you can protect yourself ahead. So I'll start with this. I'll ask you guys like the first question, right? The people have always said like there's no true love in Lagos. I don't know how true that is. The notion that everyone in Lagos is just out to get the next person when it comes to romance, relationships, and love. But then there are some other people who will tell you like they love, like they believe in the concept of true love, and they actually do believe that you can find love in Lagos, Nigeria. So I'll ask you guys your personal opinion. Do you even first believe that true love exists? Like what's love and true love? Does it exist? Is it real?
You say true love exists. True love, I mean, that's true love exists. Yeah, that's a fact. What we can now look at is what are the dynamics of, relationship dynamics in our own environment. Yeah, and there's a lot of factors that, comes into that. So for me, yeah, I think true love exists, really. If you look in the right direction, if you look in the right place, you find what you're looking for. Really, yeah. So, but then there's also the peer pressure, there's also trying to belong and all that, and that can get you in trouble, yeah. So, I think true love exists all over the world. Yeah, but then you can, you will now be the one to determine, if you're going to find it or you're just going to join the bandwagon and, put yourself in some situations, because love has killed people. Yeah, love has made people, kill themselves. Love has made people kill people. Yeah. So, but you would have to determine, how your own path goes, really. Yeah, so I think that's the way I look at it.
Okay. Andrew, what do you think?
Okay. I believe true love do exist. But he said something. He said, if you are looking in the right direction, how do you know if that particular direction is actually the right direction? Because some of us, we try to make our choices of partner be, you're already seeing it that this thing is not working. You're already seeing that it's not working. Okay, let me give an example. Like a guy that wants to meet a lady and he just wants to smash her or something, and a lady that actually looking for a guy and she just wants to spend his money, and both of them meet each other. They collide. Do you understand? And the guy is already complaining that this girl, she just wants to collect my money, and the girl is already complaining that since when me and the guy became intimate, he has not been calling me or reaching out to me. But I want to say something. You did not have good intentions before going into the relationship. So why are you expecting that person to have good intentions towards you? Do you understand? So that person is actually looking in a direction, and the person actually feels that's the right direction, but that's not the right direction. Because both parties had ulterior motives before going into the relationship. So you cannot just have a bad motive about going into a relationship and you want the other party to also have good intentions towards you. No. People have like minds. So I think it's...
So you're saying like there's a misalignment from the beginning.
Exactly.
No, I don't think
so
the thing is...
don't be disappointed when you are getting what you actually wanted in the relationship.
So I won't call it a misalignment. I would call it like... I'm trying to look for the English now. Because if you came into a relationship, with the intent to deceive yourselves, why are you now disappointed?
But it's not like there's an intent to, we agreed about deceiving ourselves. Yeah. It's like, I have my own agenda. The lady has her own agenda.
That's deception now.
It's not that the agendas are not agendas, they're not on the same plane. So that's the misalignment. Right?
No, I'm saying it's actually on the same plane.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying now. It's on the same plane. Yeah.
Because the guy is actually coming with the intention of deceiving the lady.
Exactly.
The lady is also coming with the intention of deceiving the guy. But there's some people that you already harbor this seat in your mind, but you want good out of that partner. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's like delusion. Like you're being delusional.
Right? Yeah, that's the right word. That's the right word.
And that's a good point, because that's why I asked about true love. Right? Because I feel like the concept of love, in my own view, I feel like love is very pure, I feel like love is really like unselfish. Like the true definition of what true love is absence of self. So you are in a relationship with someone, and then your first thought is always about that person, even before you. And then you are hoping that the other person that you are in a relationship with thinks the same way too.
Reciprocate.
Right? They always think about you first before them. And I ask myself, when I look at my environment today in Lagos or in Nigeria or just in general space, there are so many people who are dating, so many people who are married. They claim to love each other. But do you really think that people date other people with true, genuine, like, selflessness? Like, they're not thinking about, oh, the reason why I dated this person is because she can cook very well, and I want someone that can cook, that's why I'm marrying her. Or I'm marrying this lady because she has a good job, her family is wealthy, so I know that my future will be secure if I marry him, right? You have parents today who will tell their daughters, don't marry someone that you love. Marry the person that loves you, right? Because in that sense, you are a little bit guaranteed that the person will treat you right. And it's all about looking for the person that will treat you right and take care of you, right? Even if you don't necessarily love that person that much, as far as you're marrying someone that loves you, you'll be fine. So that's like a very selfish perspective to picking your partners at the end of the day, right? And I see like a lot of that happens like everywhere today. People are matchmaking themselves. But I don't think it's really based on actually like true love. I feel like they have criteria they're looking for and they're ticking and saying, oh, this person ticks this criteria. So because of that, I'll say yes to him. I'll sit down with him. And are there people who are actually dating themselves because they genuinely love the other person?
I don't really think we can speak for everybody, but I think the question is more rhetoric, in the sense that asking the question, then you ask yourself, like, what's my state of mind?
Yeah.
With my own relationship, if there is any, and and it's actually interesting when you talked about, the concept of love, what true love is, is always giving, and in this environment that we had, you don't see much of that really. And I think that's also the reason that spills into society. That's why you see everything that's happening, in our society really. I saw a quote, I think I put it on my status in the course of the week. Funny enough, my friend chatted me up, and she was like, interesting. The quote was, we go about, expecting unconditional love from people, but we give conditions, on how we will love them, and I think that's actually the way, we do things really, but genuinely, if you're really talking about love, the question that you ask, if we're talking about just answering the question, plainly without any, it's really difficult to find true love these days, because there is always something, behind, the love and all. So for me, it's tricky, really. It's very tricky, it's very interesting. It's very tricky, but
let's bring it home.
Yeah.
I like the way you said that, when I posed the question initially, you said it's not possible for us to speak for other people.
Right? Yeah.
We can only give our point of view.
Yeah.
Right. From how we see things. So I guess the next question now is, for you guys on the show, based on your past experience, your past relationship experience, would you say that you have given unconditional love at any point in time with anyone that you dated? Like, be very honest with yourself. I know, like, we always expect people to treat us unconditionally, but from our own perspective, do you feel like there's that one person you dated or one relationship you had in the past where you actually gave like unconditional, true, genuine love?
I will say I have actually given someone an unconditional love before. I think just once. Like my friends would say, my friends would say the only ones they pay Mugu fee. After that time, no pay me. So I think that was my phase of paying Mugu fee.
Wow.
Do you understand? So the thing is that you can't even pinpoint, and the thing is that when you're in love with somebody, you are blind to the person's faults or whatever thing that the person is doing that is not really what you like. Do you get? Because when you love somebody unconditionally, in short, I I just feel that when you say you even love someone unconditionally, it's when the person is not even meeting the prerequisites that you even need in somebody, but you just find yourself being in love with that person. Do you get? And you just feel that. And another thing that makes some people stay in love unconditionally or whatever, they just believe that if I should leave this person, where will I start again from? Where will I start from? And it's stressful. To be sincere, it's very, very stressful to start a new relationship. Because I want to give. Let me give this instance. I had a friend. She was dating this guy for like 7 years, and she was like, she's already 28. She was already 28 then. She was like, "Hey, where will I start from and everything?" And I told her that, do you know there are even better guys out there? Why stay in this relationship? And because in our own, I would say it was conditional, because the guy had already acquired some properties and everything. So she was already thinking that
return on investment.
She was already thinking that, oh, if I should marry this guy, like you said earlier, my future is secured and everything. She doesn't know that even when you even leave that relationship, I even start with somebody that does not have anything, you find out that you even find peace in the relationship. So I just believe that, like I said, Mugu fee is more so if you take 2 times after that one, you have to be wise. Okay. But when you're in love, you can't be too wise. At a point, you become foolish. You become foolish because there's sometimes that when you're even in love with somebody, you pray for the person more than you pray for yourself. That's the way it is. Yeah. You pray for the person. When you just marry the person, you'll be like, oh, God bless the person. Before you pray for yourself, you yourself will be last when you're actually in love with somebody. So, yeah, I think
you have been.
I've loved unconditionally just once. Just once.
Nice. Resh.
Yeah, I mean, I can say that loved unconditionally. Maybe I've been given unconditional love. Oh. Yeah, maybe I've been given unconditional love. And in hindsight, maybe I didn't reciprocate as I should. Not that I did it deliberately. You know, I'm just reflecting back, like, in hindsight, like, you know, and it's also good to own your own faults where there is, you know, so, yeah, I think I've been given unconditional love. I didn't really give it back in the sense that, I mean, I was expected to. Not that, I mean, I knew better, you know. If you knew better and you didn't do it, that would mean that you're just being mean and just being wicked, you know. But, I mean, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's...
So that's safe to say that you've never been in love?
Oh, of course, I have. That was when I was young.
So now that you're mature, you can't be in love.
When I was young.
That period when you were in love, when you were young.
Yeah.
Would you say what you were expressing towards the affection of your love or towards the object of your love as a lady did not get the unconditional part of it?
No, I think at that period... Okay, let me rephrase. I don't think I was in love. It was infatuation. I was infatuated. You know, because that's when they don't want to be. No. Because at that period, I was not mature enough for that mind frame. Okay. You know, I mean, you know all this fantasy that you have in your head. Yeah. You know, you see your friend in secondary school, be like, yes, I'm going to marry her. You know, you know all this stuff. Yeah. So that was
high school love. Doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count. That's what I'm saying.
I never did high school love.
It is that one that I'm talking about. It's high school love. Okay, you know, and she messed my life up. She messed my life up.
How? Tell me about
it. What was it called? I mean, I was head over heels. You know? I was planning my future. Like, oh, this is where it's going to be. This is where it's going to be. I didn't know that she had plans.
She had other plans.
She had, what's it called? Measured love. And the love is what you bring to the table.
You child.
So I think the guy was and it wasn't more so like I couldn't do what the guy was doing. It was just that, I was kind of thinking like, okay, long term, so we have to just chill, we don't have to do much of all those. You were
competing with someone?
Yeah. No, I wasn't competing.
Guy. Which guy?
Yeah, I wasn't competing. Okay. I just found out that there was a competitor.
Oh, yeah, that's my point now.
Yeah. More or less like a rival.
There was competition.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't know.
You didn't know.
I just found out, They told me like, my friend came, they told me like, are you sure? Me, I was like, no, don't worry. I know she loves me. So, well, I mean, so I got heartbroken. It was very, very bad.
Yeah.
It was, at the time, it was very bad. But now, looking at it now, you know that you're very stupid. All what you were doing was just...
Exactly. I was going to say that means you paid the Mugu fee.
Yeah, well, you could call it Mugu fee.
Yeah, but you paid it very early.
Yeah.
It's cheaper when you pay early. It's more expensive when you pay like...
Exactly.
Much later.
Yeah, so I was jilted before... I was jilted in love. They jilted me in love. Yeah. But so I could say that period, I loved on somebody and it was not reciprocated.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Unconditional, they'll probably give you like your allowance, your school feeding money.
No, yeah. Money that you're supposed to use. Valentine, you will plan it. You will plan the Valentine, I mean, your throat will be dry, because you are really trying to be, but I was really, it was a bad, and the guy came to the house, because, the girl was in the house. I was with her. We were just chilling and stuff. And all. The guy came to the house and came and sat. So it was
completely ignored you.
Yeah, I was blindsided. It was very, and I think that's also the thing, really, when you are giving totally in love to somebody, and when they see it like that, they kind of like, they want you to do something that will make them feel like, maybe they are not all that, So I don't know why girls do that. Some girls, and I think that's the type of girl that she is. I think the guy was more so like, and the guy is a womanizer. Really.
Okay, bad boy.
So bad boy. Yeah, you got it. So I was doing a good guy. I was being a good guy. I was being. They didn't like it.
You're being too thoughtful.
Yeah,
you're being very thoughtful.
Exactly.
Very nice, very gentle.
So she didn't like all that. She wanted somebody that would be like, women, ladies guy, all those stuff and all. Yeah.
You were telling me why do women why do they that way?
Why do they like?
They like ladies.
I know they say they
ladies
don't like
men.
bad guys. But that's a lie.
No. They like the qualities of a bad guy.
Okay.
But they don't want their guy to be bad. So what's it called? So when they now get in with the bad guy, because that quality already, knocks them out of their feet. They want it. They want that. So what they will now be, their expectation is that you will change. You get? For them. So if you are now being, that's what I found out eventually. So if you are now being chill, you're just laid back, you just want to be around for them, cater to them and stuff, and they don't like all those. They don't like
So let me understand. So they like the bad guy, they are attracted to the bad guy quality.
Yeah.
But then they want the bad guy to become a good guy.
Yeah.
When they get in a relationship.
Yeah.
That sounds like calculus to me.
To me, I would say, I don't know. I think it comes with the... I don't know. I think it comes with the age thing or maturity. I don't know.
Yeah, it comes with that too.
Or upbringing. Or some people, it depends on the type of person they start dating. When they just start dating, the type of person they actually first of all started dating. There's some, it can actually mess up with your head. Do you understand? Like some people now, maybe their first relationship was actually with a bad guy. Do you understand? So as they started transcending and the rest, they try to compare every other guy with
that guy.
That other
bad
guy. Do you understand? So, but I've never been interested in bad guys. Although I like my man to be a little bit spoiled. Yeah. And don't just be a boring person. That's my kind of person.
But if you
Don't
say
be
sports,
boring.
if you say a little bit sports, what
What does
exactly? What does that mean?
Yeah, we need more depth on that.
Oh, God.
What does that mean?
What does-
People actually want me to say this.
What does
What does it mean?
A little bit sports in the sense that okay, maybe a little bit of PDA.
Okay.
Oh,
You
okay. No, that's not
understand.
sports now.
Okay.
That's
And
that's
No,
actually
yeah,
yes,
like,
you know,
like
some
adventurous,
guys.
like
At
bold.
least when you see me, maybe you look good. I love this shirt. I love your hair.
well, that's not sports.
Some
Now.
naughty
That's
talk
that's
here and
just
there.
some
normal.
naughty talks. Let me
Yeah,
consider.
some naughty
But you know,
talks here
some
and there.
guys see,
Very boring.
What does it mean to say naughty talks? What does that mean?
Oh, like maybe you compliment her, like maybe she's dressing, she wear a nice dress, like
Yeah.
You look so
Just-
sexy.
yeah, you just some compliments,
Okay.
like borderline sultry, and yeah.
Yeah, but if you're in a relationship with somebody
Mhm.
and you guys are serious about the relationship,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you compliment them?
You are
on that?
assuming-
Some guys don't know how to compliment.
You are assuming right now.
Oh,
They
wow,
are
okay.
very boring.
Yeah,
Some
Okay.
guys are very boring, especially men that are above 40.
Jesus.
They are very boring. No. It's not as
That's a very specific
yes,
example.
I have seen.
Wow.
I have made my observations. I don't know. God. And is it that I don't know? Maybe I'm thinking a says source for them. Like men above 40. Before you see a man that is above 40 and still has all this jaye, as in is still high spirited,
Yeah,
it's rare. It's not as if they're not out there,
yeah.
but they are rare. Because they just believe that at this age, they just believe that there are some things you're not supposed to be
Let me
doing.
explain it
You're
for
too
you.
matured.
Yeah, let me explain it for you.
Blah, blah, blah.
At 40, half the men are already going through midlife crisis.
Hey, that doesn't mean you cannot spice
your
things
boss will call
up.
it.
They're struggling to keep their 2 feet on the ground.
Your boss will call it.
They are very boring.
Your boss will call it bukata.
Look at that, Conle.
He has a lot
Why
of
you not married at the
bukata.
age of 40?
Nobody has time to be calling you, my dear.
then that means I have to digress and look for somebody.
At 40, god damn, my nigga is trying to stay alive.
But they look say, man.
No, they are so boring. No.
No, but
Most of them
Well,
do, but
I mean,
some
I
are
don't
still
know.
some are
Not
still
I
very,
don't know.
very
Not entirely
yeah,
true.
lively.
not entirely true.
Not entirely true. Yeah.
I'll be honest
Okay.
with you, not entirely.
Not entirely true.
Are you
There
up
is-
to 40? Do you have friends in their 40s? They
Yeah.
are not married.
Yeah.
How do
Yeah.
they act?
Yeah. No, they are chill, cool.
Very chill.
Very chill.
All
cool.
of them.
Yeah. And
Okay.
you don't also forget that
I have a friend who just
No,
got married
that
recently
is
and he was
based.
over
That
40.
is based
Yeah.
And he was
on.
a very chill guy.
That is based on your relationship with
With
the person.
him.
Because
Yeah,
you're not a woman,
not,
no.
yeah, not man to woman.
Yeah,
So you
I'm
can't
talking
tell.
about man to
No,
woman
but
relationship.
even woman to woman. Even woman to woman. And I also think like it is a type of
So
friends
what do
that
you mean by
you
woman to woman?
No. Did I say woman to woman?
Yeah, you
Oh,
said
sorry.
man to woman.
Sorry, man to woman.
Man to woman.
I'm talking about man to woman. So there are some type of friends that you have. You know their nature. You know the type of things that they do and stuff.
Yeah.
And likes also attract. You know what you like. You know, and all kind of gets you. You know, closer to yourselves and stuff. So my friends are in that range, over 40 and all, 40 over 40. Yeah, and they are good. You know, they are good. Yeah, so I can't say entirely that's the case.
You don't really know about your love life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can say I know a bit about their love
Right, so
life.
let me ask you, you I like that statement you made because you're very specific. You said men above 40 are boring. So I'll ask you, what has been your worst dating experience?
Worst dating experience. Okay.
Mm.
There was this guy that I was actually going out with. We went out for 11 months. I'm very observant. I count how many months we're dating. I'm like that. And I'm like, okay, after 3 months, what's happening? After 6 months, how did we progress or everything? For 11 months, this guy did not take me out. Like, we didn't go out to have fun or something.
Okay.
Like, he's always this in-house kind of person. And there's a difference. Some people will say maybe because person is not boxed up. I don't believe in that. There's a difference between being boxed up and being intentional or trying to have fun. Do you understand? Because this relationship of a thing is not something that you're not supposed to be laid back and say, she's my girl, he's my man, we don't need to do anything. No. You need to do things to spice things up. So this guy, I think that was my worst dating experience. We did not go out. And when I actually called off the relationship and I was actually highlighting everything that happened, it was like, hey, you took note of all this. I said, yes, I'm very observant. It was like, why didn't you tell me? I said, why should I have? Okay, I was going to tell your name at some point. I was like, guy, they come out inside house every time. And me, I met somebody that was very, let's go out, let's do this. I told him, guy, because I don't believe in double dating. It's stressful. You have to lie. It's under lie. So I just had to tell him that, guy, I'm not that interested. Wow. So I think that was one of my worst dating experience. Yeah.
Well, how did you take that?
I did take it.
Yeah. Did he know that there was someone else that you were moving on to at the time?
I told him. There's no need for me to lie.
Oh, damn.
So you know this. The truth is sets you free. Sometimes my truth doesn't set me free. It's even keep me
to keep in bondage.
It's keep me bondage. Down. As some people feel, I'm blunt to an extent. That's my kind of person because I believe that the only thing you can do to me, you won't beat me or something. So what's the need of lying? I told him that there's somebody else.
Ooh.
I just told him, and that day he was so down. Even he had to come to my hostel then, started begging, crying. I know guys that cry, they're very manipulative. I'm sorry. Don't cry for me, man.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
That's harsh.
Yeah. Men that are, let me not say, okay, let me rephrase. Men that are quick to cry.
Okay.
Let me not say men that cry. Because at some point, a man can be very emotional. You understand?
And they cry.
And men are actually, they're not superhumans. So they can actually express the way they feel sometimes. So men that are quick to cry, nah.
It's part of the manipulation tactic.
They are very manipulative. Very, very manipulative. And as a girl, don't
you know
go
what's
back.
funny? I've never actually seen a guy cry before.
Some guys have cried for me. So they were even kneel down.
That's the point I'm making. Like, when they're amongst their G's, they form hard guys.
Yes,
that means
but
they
it's a lie. They're softies. They're very soft.
Some of them, they are what's it called? The handkerchief is always soaked when they go to because they don't cry tired.
But some of them is based on manipulation. It's
so they're not really sad. They're just crying. They're faking the cry.
I think that is when they are not living up to their expectations. So they use the cry to augment
I hear you.
That is why I cannot even differentiate between a guy that is genuine and somebody that is just trying to use the cry as a facade. Because I just believe that you are lying. Don't be quick to cry.
You're saying that just like women, for you, men will just use cry as the last tactic.
So for you, any sight of cry.
You can actually cry when you're disappointed in me or when you're disappointed in some kind of thing. But someone that is quick to cry, I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Okay, so guys,
what does quick to cry mean?
Like, we've not even... Okay, let's say we're having a conversation now. You're telling me how disappointed you or how... okay, let's say we had an argument and you're coming to apologize, so you're trying to explain where I was at fault. The next thing, you're already crying. We've not even had a conversation to where.
Are you telling me you've met guys that did that?
Yes, I have. They can't cry, but they are manipulators. They are manipulators.
No, but I mean,
I have a friend. She had a guy she was dating, and she was telling me that the guy is always quick to cry and everything. I told her, I said, this guy is a manipulator. She did not believe me. It was when he started acting funny, he even started dating her friend behind her. I said, look at, but I told you. But you know, girls, let me know, girls are so... They're so fickle-minded. They're so soft. That when they feel when the guy is crying for them, that the guy
you feel like
he's so
it's a
sorry.
serious issue.
It's a lie.
I don't know, man.
It's a lie.
But
in most cases, it's a lie.
Okay, in most cases. Yeah. But I think I heard that girls don't like guys that cry too much. I think I heard that something like.
Yeah, I think that's what she's also saying. Like,
okay.
The guy is crying, then that'd be like red flag, orange flag. Just like
you can actually cry when you lost someone or anything, but when we are having a conversation or we're trying to
but why is the guy crying? What's
he's begging now. He's begging. He's apologizing.
You're saying I want to leave you.
I want to leave you before you go on his knees and start crying.
I could say that I've cried before too.
For a woman.
Yeah, when she said she wanted to go.
Yeah. You have never been in love.
And chested one.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the truth is coming out small.
Way back when.
What happened then? Like,
yeah, she wanted to go now. She wanted to go just like she said.
Was it
wanted
something you did, or you feel like she just wanted to like just go?
I think I was being too much of a hard guy.
So when she told you she was actually wanted
she now
to go,
told me like, okay, I don't think I can contain this hardness. I need to go. Yeah, that was it. But all those period, like I wouldn't say like I was really, really serious. It was more so like just joking, just playing around. Yeah, the cry is like she said now.
Okay, so you're being manipulative.
Well,
yeah, it's fine. I can say yes. It's okay. Let's move on.
Can you see this man on his face? Okay, now.
Well, I wouldn't say that I was being manipulative.
Guilty as charged.
I felt my power was taken away from me.
Okay.
So that was your last result. To
cry.
You know?
You're a big disappointment right now.
But like I said,
I said one of my hostel mates.
Like I said, it was all jokes at that period. Okay. It was all play. There was really nothing serious from that.
So you were thinking, what will I do to make this girl
Yeah, that's my point. Like last resort. Let
me cry.
And because I also act, so it was more so.
You're
like
making it worse right now.
No, I'm just like I'm saying it. I'm thinking like what got me to that point is because I was just acting. It wasn't a serious. It was not serious. There was nothing serious about it. It was just.
I see.
You know.
But I just want to correct one impression. Some guys are naturally like that. They are quick.
Some people cry. Me, when I did it, I was lying. I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't doing anything like, it was a play. I was just playing. How
can you be playing and crying? How can you be crying about playing?
No, that's the.
How can you be playing about crying?
How can you be playing and crying, right?
Yeah, playing about crying.
Yeah, I was just.
That's very insidious.
No, well, it was just
because tears is like a very deep-rooted emotion.
Yes.
So for you to clone tears or fake
you'll
tears,
be surprised. You'll be surprised what people do.
Yeah, and I know women do that easily. Though. Women do that shit like just turn like a tap.
Yes, now they are the one that even do it the most. They are even one that do it.
Me
the
before
most.
Before I will cry. Hey,
you don't have strong like a Luma rock.
You have to know that. See, before a man will see I rather cry in my closet.
But
behind closed doors. Okay. I don't want you to see me cry.
But do you know the funny thing? Do you know the funny thing about me now? Now that the feedback that I hear, like why are you so stone cold? Like it feels like you don't have a heart.
Why are you so hard?
Yeah, that's the story that I get now. Like you don't show emotion. There is nothing about you. If people tell you about bad stories about them, you just be like, That's what I hear now. And I think that's more like me because I don't really get move like that. I know.
So you can't fake cry.
Yeah, nah. It has to be real. It has to be real for me to.
Before I will cry for my partner, know that what you have done has really pierced my soul.
No, but the truth of the matter is that for you to get to the state of crying, you have to come to a place of true love that you really care for this person. True. So I don't really think it should be a thing like, it's strange for you to cry around somebody that you really care about. But when it now is not it happens too often.
Yeah,
that's where the
that was what I wanted to say.
Before
I cry for you, that I'm already in love with you. Like I'm so in love with you. If I can cry for you,
and that's where it's supposed to be, really.
Okay. Ideally,
yeah, that's where it's supposed.
So tell me, what's like your biggest turn off in a romantic partner? And I'll say like an example, someone that you were talking to, or maybe someone you're vibing with, someone you're interested with, or interested in, and that person just did that thing, and as you just did it, man, you just told yourself, I hear the relationship stop. What's that one thing?
Is it that you were already in the relationship before you
might be in the relationship, or you were talking to the person, talking stage, or you can maybe you're just liking the person. You've never even told the person I like you, but the person just do that thing, turned you off straight up.
In there's some guys that they actually feel because you and this lady have started talking, vibing, and they kind of own your space, kind of like they own you. You can't just call me out of the blues via video call without letting me know, first of all. Do you understand? That's number one. And there are some guys I don't believe that they have to do the chasing. You have to chase me. I'm a woman. I don't need to do the chasing. If you don't know how to do the chasing, then and I believe that is because maybe in their previous relationships or previous women that they've actually been speaking with, the women are always like kind of desperate if they don't call women with sex, call and everything. But I believe that you have to do and if you don't do the chasing, I'm sorry, no matter how good you look, I'm just gonna be laid back. Like, okay, you want to see me and you want me to actually be the one to come and see you where you are. You're actually in your comfort zone. Why can't you come and see me first? And some men will be like, I don't do chasing. You have fun. My place is more comfortable. How do you know that your place is more comfortable? Is mine not comfortable too? Or can't we hang out somewhere and we just sit and talk? Okay. But men of this generation, they believe that if the woman does not chase me, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do the chasing.
They believe if the woman does not chase them.
Yes.
Well,
I'm not gonna do the chasing.
Well, I won't say.
I'm not gonna do that.
So let's let's talk about that, because you make a very valid point. I was on X a couple of days and somebody posted and said something like, a lot of women right now are genuinely confused because they don't understand what's happening in the dating scene anymore. There seems to be a shortage of men. And someone commented on that post and said, there's actually no shortage of men. It's just that men are no longer interested in chasing women anymore. And I asked myself a question. I said, why is that so? Because you're right, actually. In today's time, one of the days when a guy has to first do 3 weeks appointments with you before people agree to go for cinema movie dates. Then 1 week before the date, he will send you reminder. He will now also be asking you, should I send you cab? Should I buy you this? That was how we used to toast girls back in the day. And women loved it, right? They wanted you to put in that extra effort, right? And then even then it was a thing for a woman to tell you no. And she's waiting for you to still try again. And try again. Then on the third attempt, she'll not say yes. She really wants to say yes, but she'll just say no 2 times so that you can push further.
How should be persistent?
But in today's era, men are not waiting for that anymore. Right? Once they ask you what's up, are you down for us to hang out this evening? And you tell them, I'll get back to you. It's over. They're not coming back again. They've moved on. And I think that maybe some women are not realizing that times have changed. Because I'll tell you the truth, men are no longer chasing women anymore. Now it's level playing field. If I like you, do you like me? Are you going to return the energy? If you are not returning the energy, then it's fine. Let's keep it moving.
I think it's more so. Let me talk about Nigeria. Nigeria is too stressful to be carrying one. Seriously, Nigeria is too stressful to carry one unnecessary palaver. Say one person, talk to one person. You get. So for me, I think back here, I think it's people are just trying to avoid stress. Because if you like somebody, especially if you've been in a relationship before, or maybe you got your fingers burnt or whatever the case is and stuff, it is emotionally and all otherwise, that you are committed and stuff, and if you're invested in all those stuff and it doesn't come out well, the mental strength of going into another situation that is going to stress you again, just be like, man, I don't think I want to, so when you make that effort, when you try to make that effort, or you make the advance, and the person is not giving you that green light. And or especially if you're mature, if the both of you are mature, of marriageable age and stuff, you would expect them to know what they want, and then you would expect them to, especially if you guys have been going back and forth, maybe like chatting and stuff and all, and you would now give them the word. So for me, I would think you have thought about it, and it's not the direction that you want to go.
Okay.
So the first no is final no.
There's no time.
You get, so we're keeping moving.
Hey Drew, let me tell you, I have another school of thought about this thing. Why I think these things are happening now and men are no longer chasing. I think in the last maybe last decade, there's been a awakening. There's been an awakening amongst the male species about what women really are. Years back, women used to be put on a pedestal.
Of course.
Where they were presented like the 10 virgins, pure, pristine, delicate. You need to care for her. You need to love her. You need to protect her. That's how women have always been packaged. Yes. And for a man back then, it was a thing of pride to finally find one woman that will be yours, that you can protect and have that kind of dominion over. And say, I own. This is my own property that I'm taking care of. However, a lot of things that happened in the last few years that have made men to see that women are not really the pure, pristine, delicate, blameless beings that we were made to believe. Number one, the issue of paternity fraud that has been rising.
Infidelity. The
issue of social media, which for me is the biggest caster of women, and they don't know. Social media has created an opportunity for women to be very, very free and to openly say things that before they never used to say. They only used to keep amongst themselves. So when they say, we listen, we don't judge, you have women giving all the tea, spilling all the tea about the things that they've done in the past, right? All the crazy things and escapades they've done. And men are looking at them and like, so is this the person I'm supposed to be killing myself because I want to date? This person is just as bad as me. Like, I'm a foolish boy. This person is a foolish girl. We're all foolish. So why should I be killing myself because I want to date you? When I've seen you, you know what I'm like, breeze don't blow, fire don't open, right? So that pedestal that women used to be on before is gone. You understand? It's gone. So now a man is saying, I want to date you. Now I'm going to spend money on outing. Now I'm going to spend money on rent. Now I'm going to spend money on school fees. And you see the form. Man, get out of here. I'm not doing. I'll look for somebody else. So that's where the chase for me has sort of gone away. Because men are now saying it's not worth it. The girl I'm probably going to marry, I don't know. Maybe she already has like body count of like 15 men.
Okay.
Guys are like thinking about the worst now. They're expecting the worst. Like this babe, now they form holy. So they go church 5 times a week. She they do hallelujah nights, hallelujah morning. This one, that one, NLP, NSPPD. She feel they knock the choir master gone. That's what men are thinking in their mind now. They are thinking of the worst about women. And they're asking themselves like, why should I chase you when you're probably just...
Okay, I want to
you're not that great, anyways.
Okay, if the man is actually thinking that, okay, if this person is not worth it or whatever, and you approach the person and the person tells you no, then why will you be angry or pissed? You're not supposed to be pissed about it, right?
Yeah, sure.
You move on.
Keep it moving.
And me, I believe that this chasing I'm talking about, I don't believe in chasing somebody for a very long period of time. We're grown. We know what we want. Do you get? So if this person is actually what you want and fitting into the type of person you want, ticks all your boxes, why not date the person or go on a date with the person? But I don't believe in stalling relationships or stalling the person or telling the person, and don't worry, we will see and everything.
Can I ask you a question?
Me as a guy, I would have gotten the memo.
Can I ask you a question and you can continue? Let me ask you a question. So if you like a guy and you see that the guy is also kind of, like giving you the vibe.
Okay.
And he's not talking. Do you think it's something that you can, like...
How you give me the vibe without talking?
Yeah, some guys are like that.
Just good vibes.
Yeah, just give you good vibes. You call them, they have always there.
Extra cool.
Yeah.
Extra hot.
Then...
Extra ice.
What's your question?
Yeah, so... do you think I'm asking if you can give the guy like, hey, what's up? I like you to like...
I'm sorry, I will never do that.
No, but I don't think there's anything
You're
wrong
a man.
in that.
You're supposed to even tell, and I'm not going to invest so much emotions, be doing extra cool with you and everything, and you're not telling me what you actually want. Like, I will even ask you, what do you want?
Yeah,
asking you what you want
also...
is not. I'm not actually asking you out now. I'm just trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Tell me what you want.
Yeah.
All this calling and everything has to be something. Do you get? Be precise.
Yeah, which is what you have done.
Yes, I believe if you like somebody, people should not waste time. Gone are those days where they're acting like teenagers.
So here's the thing about that, right? And I always tell people, I always have this conversation with people, like, when I hear women say, oh, they're asking a guy, or maybe you've been talking to a guy for like 3 months, and then you're just asking him, what do you want? It sounds like a good question to ask, but for me, I don't think it's a good question to ask. Because not everybody...
Sorry, you mean 3 months into the relationship?
Yeah, 3 months. Yeah, 3 months, 6 months. Not everybody knows what they want from the get-go.
Okay.
We need to accept that, right? Not everybody knows that, oh, if I see you now, Ejiro, because obviously you're a sweet babe and everything, we get talking. I may not know from 3 months down the line or 6 months down the line that I want to marry you. I may not know. I might just like you. Obviously, it's something that is making me attracted to talking to you. I'm not a dummy that I'm spending almost every day. We're talking, we're hanging out, we're watching movies together. It's not because I don't have work. But my feelings might not be defined at that point in time to be able to tell you this is what I want. But because we are in a hasty generation where everybody wants to just keep moving, we just want to just know what we're doing and be bumping forward, you quickly throw that what do you want question. And that stuff turns a lot of guys off, to be fair. Right? And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of stupid guys who don't want anything. They just want to waste your time. But there are also a lot of genuine guys who are trying to understand their emotions and their feelings about you. And for them, it's a process that takes time. If you try and rush it or speed the process, you truncate the maturity of the feelings and spoil what could have been a good thing. So that's why I'm a bit skeptical about when women throw that what do you want question, especially when it's very early, like 3 months in. You just throw that what do you want. Sometimes you actually lose some really genuine connections when you do that, in my own view.
So yes. For how long are you guys supposed to be dating before the lady asks what do you want?
That's where
3 months, you cannot see define.
That is where this story comes in, because I have a friend, and she told me about our situation. She got into it with a guy, and it was all lovey-dovey, smooth sailing and stuff, and all. They were all cool. I don't think the guy really popped the question.
Yeah.
And the lady felt, or the girl felt.
Sorry, excuse me, for how long?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where I'm coming. So they did it for 3 years.
Okay.
They did it for 3 years. And I think she said she called, or somebody called. It's in the UK.
Okay.
I think she said she called, or somebody called. The guy is Nigerian.
Okay.
So he said somebody called. Somebody called, was like, hello, was a female voice. Hello? Can I talk so? Like, who is that? Like, that's my husband. Like, So I said that to say, to respond to what you said. Sometimes, and he said the guy was all cool. There was no signal for anything. And also, let me also say that I heard just one side of the story.
Okay.
So I can't say completely that was what happened. But we've heard these stories time and over again that the guy string them on, and then all of a sudden the guy was committed in another relationship, we were married or what have you.
Yeah.
I know.
Lagos men.
Yeah, so
That's what they
yeah, so that's what happened with that situation. For me, I just feel like if you guys are mature, marriageable age, you should be able to definitely, say, okay, this is what I'm about, this is where I'm headed, with you and stuff. I mean, I've also had people from the jump before they even,
from the beginning.
I mean, I've heard somebody tell, they're married now. Tell the lady, they met the lady. Candace Owens, that's what happened with Candace Owens. She traveled, she saw the guy. And then the guy saw her. The guy was like, yeah, I like this girl, And 3 months down the line, the guy said, I'm going to marry you. I want to marry you. And all. I mean, that happens. That's a one-off.
I know that sounds very sweet.
Yeah,
I can tell you that for every 10 marriages, happens, at least 70% of those marriages crash.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that is a one-off.
Oh yeah, and it should be 70.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that for every, like, for somebody like me, do you get? I don't want to go into any relationship with the intent of stringing anybody along.
Yeah, let's say
we're going to be like, I know, possibly we've been friends, couple times and stuff. So I can now determine like, okay, this is, I know. So I don't want to, and I'm saying like there are stages in life, there are some times where you have the time, to take your time to observe, to which is also not necessarily bad, provided it's not like Methuselah years. It's not necessarily bad, But there are levels to this thing, There are some levels that you get to, you don't have time for.
I'm telling you.
So I think that is that for that really.
Yes, because most of the time, I regret some decisions I made in my 20s. I regret it so much, and I'm like, had it been I knew those things now that I'm in my 30s, maybe I would have settled down by now. Because we just believe there's time, there's no tea. We just believe that I'm not saying you should be pressured to. Don't be pressured. Do you understand? But if you know you don't want anything that will lead to a long-term relationship or anything, it's better for you not to be in a relationship at all. That's where I see it. Maybe in those times when I was in my 20s, I would have said, okay, since this relationship is not it, and you know that before you know, 1 year, 2 years, and because you are so much in love with the person, you are not even counting. You understand? It's when you be in your sober moments or behind closed doors, you now start thinking, but oh boy, this guy don't live for like 6 years, 7 years, 8 years.
That was what the lady said. She said she took her 20s, and it was more so like she's kind of like she felt like cheated, like she should have been more serious. Exactly. Should have taken it more seriously and stuff. Should have seen some signal, no. So I think, like I said, there are stages to it.
Yes,
there's a stage that you are at, you don't even want any of
that.
When
you get to that stage, you just be like, guy, me, I'll even be the first person to ask you. But 3 months down the line is too short.
But there are also some ladies in their 30s that don't know what they want. They don't know jack. They are talking as if they are in like they are 21.
Yeah, true.
Like they don't know jack. So I mean, so the age thing now is not even the situation. It's not even the case. It's a state of mind.
Yeah.
Some people are in their 20s. They know exactly what they want. Everything is settled and stuff and all. And they are very mature in their mind. But some in their 40s, 50s, still kind of like,
still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Like I say, some people are ripe for marriage, but they are not ready. There's a difference. Some people are ripe. Like you say, this has got to this age, they're supposed to be married, but they are not ready. Because when you start telling them some kind of things, when you, in this life, when you are praying to God for some kind of opportunities and everything, and you are praying together, I want a partner, both for guys and girls. And when you now see different suitors coming, you now be like, am I really sure for this marriage? You understand? Sometimes you go and think, so I'll not be so mad. No, man, it's not to flex. So some people are ripe, but they are not ready. There's a difference. There's a very huge difference.
Yeah, but the trick in that this thing is like there is a possibility for you to now keep recycling, keep going round the circle, keep having this one, keep having that one, keep doing this, keep doing that. But I always tell people, especially if they are young, try as much as you can to get serious when you are young.
Yes, exactly.
Get married and keep it moving. Because there's going to be a time where you kind of like you now start asking yourself, like, why didn't I do it early? Because you feel like you have all the time. You don't have all the time, really. So it's always good for you to kind of know exactly what you want and get with the person that you really like. Everything is not going to be complete. You're not going to have everything complete, but you know that there's a chance that you guys can, sail through together, and all. So, I mean, get serious and, move on with the person, because you're not going to find a perfect person.
You cannot know someone.
You're not going to find, somebody that is all perfect and all. Yeah. So that's just the way.
You cannot say, I know this my partner very well. You cannot.
They bring.
In the relationship, the person begins to unravel different.
Yeah, now you see somebody that. I saw some elderly, couple in their 70s or old. They asked the man like, so, how were you able to get through? How are you able to arrive at this spot where you guys are? Say you don't get surprises. You don't get surprised. Because at every point in time there is a twist and there is a turn. You are just discovering yourselves. And all. So for me, I think once you guys have a mindset of like, we're going to sail through together, we're going to rough it together, we're going to go, and all, you can always, get it working. Really,
yeah, working. All right. So we've spent so much time on the show today, but it's been fun. It's been fun having you, Ejiro, on the show. And I think that, obviously we'll see having back for some other gist later on. But to our fantastic listeners, this has been a tip of the iceberg talking about the Lagos love dilemmas and heartbreaks. We would like to get your own opinions as well and your experiences. Worst heartbreak experience, as well as your deal breakers. What's that one thing that somebody did, somebody that you're really feeling, and you're like, the moment you just did that thing? I had a friend of mine, very beautiful girl, and she was telling me, I always wondered like, who's gonna end up marrying this girl, because she was very like posh and not very accessible. One day she told me, I think it was when she was in NYC, told me she saw a guy that she really liked. I was shocked. Like, you found a guy that you liked. Even before these days, what's gonna happen next? He said, maybe they'll get talking one day and then see how things go. The next time I talked to her, I asked her, what about your guy now? And she was like, nah, moved on. I was like, why? What happened? I thought it was your spec and everything. She said, yes, it was my spec, but the moment he opened his mouth to talk to me for the first time, I was completely turned off. And I said, why? What happened? The guy mad this man. Say no. See, the guy sounds like a village boy.
That can
fine boy when he speaks.
Yeah, that can be a problem if your state of mind is, we're rounding up, but like I said, there is a level that you get to, and I think also, we can't also say like, okay, your experiences, maybe like you've gotten maybe to your 30s, your 40s, you didn't get married. What are the experiences that you've gathered all through those years? Sure. Can you use it as a tool to make a better decision, going forward? So now when you talk about this person that's saying local, there's nothing like local. Do you get? Did the person go to school? Did the person graduate and all? Do you get? You can imagine you speaking to a Chinese person, you say it's local. Can you imagine you speaking to an Indian person, say it's local? They have their tone, their accent is, everything is like, So for me, I wouldn't say because somebody speaks broken English or their English is not, then that is going to be my yardstick for.
Yeah, well, everybody has their own opinion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In terms of the level they want to be at, some people don't want to be. straining their brains to understand what their husband
No,
is saying.
but can I tell you something? There's a lady that I saw. She works in one firm like that. It's a big firm. She's a manager there.
Yeah.
You know, like black, beautiful girl. You will know that this girl just came to Lagos. Maybe she got a job and then she came to Lagos from. This girl is black. She's beautiful. Like if you see her, you know, when you're talking about, I felt she should be a model.
10 over 10.
When she talked, I was like, man,
Damn.
she couldn't speak English.
I just can't get the job as manager.
She's a graduate. You'll be surprised when they are filling their forms and stuff. They will just be acing it and all, you know. But when it now comes to expressing themselves, it's very, very difficult. The manager work that she's in is a back end work. It's not interfacing customer care or whatever you and all. So they are the one that is putting everybody in place and stuff, and she's doing her job very well. Beautiful girl. When she spoke like this, I'm like, you know, but that's the thing, you know. So you will now see that you say she's not educated, and that's the level of maturity that you attain. That all those things now kind of like, they're like, you know,
them down,
yeah, they're like, you know, criteria. I know, yeah.
Can you actually go for somebody that is not articulate?
I can't. I'm sorry.
You can't.
I cannot. Sorry.
Right now, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Okay.
And I'm saying no. I'm saying that.
Yeah, I said that.
No. I'm saying that.
Resh, you, I know you.
No. I'm saying that with experience.
If I off this camera, can you still say the same thing?
But do you want me to tell you the truth? You don't want me to tell you the truth?
Tell me the truth.
I've spoken with non-Nigerians.
Okay.
You know, I've spoken with some girls that are non-Nigerians. You would see the conk accent.
Well, I think about Nigerians.
That one, because you can make an excuse for those ones,
yes.
But they are not English.
But that's what I'm saying.
Language and all.
But that's what I'm saying. I just told you about a Nigerian girl, lady that I told you about. You know, if she was available,
but no, she's boxed
if she was available, I'd go marry her.
You go chop, you go enter.
Because she's boxed up. I think she doesn't.
No. It's not because she's boxed. I don't even know she's boxed up. Yeah, I don't even know she's boxed up. Yeah. She's just a manager at the and then the boxed up that you're talking about is subjective. Yeah. What you call boxed up may not be boxed up for you know, and all. So, but for me, the way she was, the way she looked, if you see her from head to toe, she's like the typical, you know, lecky, beautiful babe and stuff and all. But when she opened her mouth, you know, but the truth of the matter is that I never saw any negative to that. Oh, okay. And it's because of the level of maturity that I've attained. Right. You know, so I don't really think that. Yeah, I mean,
I don't trust
Guys, we're out of time. Thank you for joining us on the show. We'll catch you on next week. Till then, stay jiggy, Jiro Resh. It's been a pleasure.
Bye.
Yeah. Thanks for being on the show today. See ya.